reported today in The Verge. DOJ intervenes in Faraday Future founder's bankruptcy after dishonest behavior. The Department of Justice has accused Faraday Future founder Jia Yueting of engaging in dishonest behavior during his Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings, and it has filed a motion to appoint a new trustee to take control of the Chinese billionaire's estate. The new motion, if approved, could dramatically change the course of Jia's bankruptcy case, which involves billions of dollars of debt owed to more than 100 creditors in China, and which has been hotly contested in the 2 months since he filed. While Jia claims his bankruptcy does not directly involve Faraday Future, he has claimed that a speedy outcome is necessary in order for the startup to raise the $850 million it so desperately needs to finally put its first vehicle into production late next year. One of Jia's lawyers, Jeffrey Dahlberg, a partner at the firm Pachulski Stang Zeal and Jones LLP, tells The Verge he believes the motion is based on factual inaccuracies and misapplications of law to fact and says it is without merit. A lawyer for one of Jia's creditors, who was granted anonymity so they could speak freely about the case, called the filing a nuclear bomb and a scathing attack. This lawyer also said they were shocked the U.S. trustee is taking such drastic action in what they consider to be relatively early stages. For them to get involved this early is almost unheard of, but the U.S. trustee carries a lot of weight with the judge. Jia filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy back in October in an attempt to settle nearly $4 billion in both personal debt and money owed by his failed Chinese tech conglomerate, LeEco. He laid out a plan that would offer each of those creditors different-sized slices of his stake in his troubled dev startup, Faraday Future. Jia's pitch, loosely, is that he doesn't have enough liquid assets to pay them back, especially since so much of his wealth is tied up in stock and bank accounts in China that were frozen by the Chinese government. The rest of his wealth is tied up in Faraday Future, so he wants to transfer pieces of that stake to his creditors in an attempt to make them whole in the event of a Faraday Future IPO or sale. But in the 2 months that have passed, none of the creditors have come out in support of this plan. Instead, there's been a ceaseless and increasingly vitriolic flurry of motions and objections from both Jia and many of his largest creditors, and little progress has been made. One of the first scheduled hearings, for example, hasn't taken place and has been delayed until at least early January 2020. The Department of Justice's Office of the U.S. Trustee, which serves as a watchdog over the bankruptcy process, blames Jia for this and is trying to step in and install order. U.S. Trustee Representative Andrew Vara argues in. For more on this story, visit the news article link.